Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're brand new here, my name is Shelly. I'm a third grade teacher in Northern California. Hello. I cannot believe this is the first time I'm picking up my camera this school year. It feels sacrilegious and I'm sorry, okay? The truth is, it has been so much easier for me to post over on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, go do that now. I post all the time, tips, tricks, little quick things, all the links. So go do that now. That's no excuse. I'm back. So I'm here today to just do a normal day in the life. It is October 16th, so we are like finally rolling. October seems to be the month where routines are down, procedures are down. I really know the kids, and now we can really take off. So all that to say, let me show you what we have going on today, and just let's catch up. Here we go. So here's my classroom. Since it's been a minute, it's definitely being lived in, which is great. So let's take a look over at our schedule for the day. Okay, so it looks pretty normal if you've been here a while. We have morning meeting. I do math centers on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have a whole video on how I do math centers. We are doing phonics, which I'll show you what I'm doing for that. We're doing an art project, which is my spooky haunted house watercolor. I do it every year. By the time you see this, I will have a reel on my Instagram of like the step-by-step and the link. I will also link it below. It's from, I think, art teacher in LA or something like that. Anyway, then we have PE, then we go to lunch. We just kicked off our narrative writing unit, so I can show you what that looks like. One of my kids bought bring their pet to school. So we have a dog coming in the afternoon. And then Thursdays are our early out days, so we get out at 2:15. So there we go. That's our day. Okay, so first things first, I need to get everything ready for math centers. And it's the same as I've always done if you have been here for a while. Let me move all of this out of the way. I have a fact fluency game that my kids play in the back of the room. I have finally figured out how to do it without parent help, but every once in a while we'll have a parent show up. So we do a fact fluency game. As you know, in third grade, multiplication is everything. And then there's another math game that they play up front. That's always reinforcing some skill that we've already learned. So today it's multiplying by multiples of 10. I will link all the games that I use down below. It's a pack I got on Teachers Pay Teachers, a few years ago. I will see 3 of my groups today at the back table, and we just started division on Monday. So we're just gonna be reinforcing that skill, practicing, so I can take notes on who needs more help. That's what we're doing for math. It is currently 8:25. The kids come at 8:55, but I have to go meet my kids who are now in TK and kindergarten. Both of my boys are here, which is crazy. My daughter's only 1. She'll be 2 next month. So she's not here, but I have to go meet them in 15 minutes. So I'm just going to set my room up for the day. I will show you what that looks like. And then as always, I will just kind of pick you up throughout the day. Okay, I think that's it. See you later. All right, the kids are at recess. Math centers went great. They're like my favorite part of my week. For phonics, I feel as though I've talked about this before, but I'm going to do it again. If you have not done the letters training, the science of reading training, and you teach K through 3, honestly, any elementary grade, I highly recommend it. It's been better than my master's program, better than my credential program. It has taught me so much about reading and the brain and spelling and writing and all of that. So that being said, on Thursdays every single week, we do word mapping. And word mapping is the same thing as orthographic mapping, where essentially I will say a word, for example, teacher, and we tap out the sounds in the word teacher. T, E, ch, 4 sounds. So then the kids, I'll show you what they have on their desks, will highlight 4 sound boxes, and then they have to put the correct spelling pattern in each box. Let me show you. So as you can see, before they left, I had them get out 2 highlighters and a black marker. So this is what the page looks like. I just found this on Google, to be honest with you. So for teacher, they would highlight 4 boxes, and then they would write T-E-A-C-H-E-R. And then before they spell it correctly over here, I show them, we talk about it. If there's any tricks or anything to talk about, that's the time. I do not care if you have kids that are at or above grade level. This benefits everybody, especially your lower kids. but spelling is really, really tricky. So this is what's going to help connect that part of their brain from the sounds to the spelling patterns. So I look at our spelling sentences for the week because we do dictation sentences instead of a traditional spelling test. I pull out the words that follow our pattern for the week. I can't think of our pattern. Oh, our pattern this week was short OO and long OO. So I'll pull out some words. That's what we'll practice. And then I also pull out some other tricky words that I think will stump them tomorrow. So that's what we're doing for phonics. And then, like I said, this is the art project that we are doing. It's so fun. Go watch my reel on Instagram. I will try and get some footage of them actually working on it. It does get a little bit messy, and you do need oil pastels and watercolor, but it's really, really fun. Bedroom, go. How many sounds? I heard 6, and I heard 6. Tap out the sounds again in bedroom. Go. 6 sounds, 6 boxes. Color them in. 1 sound at a time. Crack the code 1 sound at a time. If you can't figure out a pattern, turn your paper over, try a couple out. You will recognize when it's spelled correctly.
Cluster! Yours. Maybe my mom tried to win that me. But it ended
All right, oil pastels are always, but we made it. The kids are currently at PE, and I have some work to do, which is a great time to show you this machine that has saved my life. If you've been around here for a while, I've talked about it before, but I upgraded and I got the newest version, and it is a classroom/life changer. So I want to show you how it works and how I use it. So let me sit down. If you are somebody who really struggles with paper clutter, or maybe you still have like a physical filing cabinet and you really want to digitize everything, but you have like handwritten stuff, this is going to change your life. It's the Scan Snap, looks like this. Essentially, it scans documents directly to your computer, but it goes so much farther than that. So I want to show you how it works. All right, I actually have some student writing samples that I want to scan because I build a digital portfolio for them. So after conferences, I can send a PDF to the parents of their math tests, writing samples, things like that. Because it's 2025 and I don't like holding on to a bunch of papers. That's just where I'm at. So the Scan Snap is amazing. My favorite part, actually, before I start, is it can hold up to 100 sheets of paper. It can scan 100 sheets at a time, and it does 45 sheets in 1 minute. So you're gonna see, I'll put all of my papers right here, and it boom, 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 boom. It scans them directly to my computer. It also names them for you. All right, so I am connected. It just plugs in directly to my computer. It does have Wi-Fi capability, but my Wi-Fi at school is all blocked and stuff, so I plug it in directly to my computer. I have all of my kids' writing samples here, and I'm just gonna put them in face up. And because I want them as their own individual PDFs, I just choose the option single PDF, and then I just push scan and watch. It is flying. So it truly just scanned all those in about, 15 seconds. So then here is what comes up. This one's a little bit tricky. So this one I'm gonna name each of the kids because each kid has their own PDF. But still it makes it so easy to be able to sort these and put them exactly where I want. So that's just one little tiny example, but when I tell you guys the options are actually endless, this is what I mean. I have a lot of teachers here that are veteran teachers who have big filing cabinets and they take up so much room, and I am borrow it, because you can scan all your masters, put them on your Google Drive, and then if you need it, you can print it out. You don't need to keep all this paper. The way that I use it the most is at the end of a writing unit when you have students' amazing work that they've worked on forever, like animal reports or narrative story. You want to keep a copy of it, but you also want to send it home with them because they want it. I use this and it scans it directly to my computer, so when I need it for the following year to show as a model, I can just print it. And I know you could go copy it, but then you have the paper copy, and I don't want paper. I want everything on my computer. So I use it to scan student work all the time. You could even scan art and then send it to parents at the end of the year. I also use it to scan a lot of my assessments, especially my spelling assessments. Yes, you could store all your assessments in a bin, but also you can store them here. So like I said, I create a digital portfolio for all of my kids that I print for conferences, and then I can email to parents, because then they can't tell me I didn't give it to them because I gave you a paper one and I gave you one in an email. I digress. Another way I just recently used it, I was out last Thursday and Friday and I had sub-plans that I wanted to archive because I wanted to archive what she wrote on them. She had some good ideas. So I just scanned it, saved it on my computer, and then I could throw away the paper. But then I could keep the notes in my head for the next time I do that lesson, since I wasn't the one who taught it. Any sort of handwritten things that I do at staff meetings, I will scan it, get it on my computer to get it off my desk. Can you tell that I use it a lot? Like, I truly feel like every teacher needs this. Not to mention every human, because we all have things in our personal lives that we can scan. Anyway, so all that to say, I will link it down below for you. If you are in the market to declutter or start digitizing your life, but better yet, your classroom, for me, it's an absolute must-have. So I will have all of that linked down below. All right, so scanning those was actually something I needed to do on my prep period. But there are some other things that I need to do, and if I'm filming, I'm not gonna be able to get everything done. So I'm gonna put you down. I will check back in with you guys. We are doing writing after lunch, which is some things that I have to go prep. So I will pick you back up and kind of show you what we have going on for writing. Okay, I wasn't able to record while we were doing writing, but I do wanna show you what we do. I, again, have talked about it in the past. I purchased Rocket Resources, I believe is her name, her entire interactive writing notebook. And that's what I use for my writing curriculum. You're gonna have to excuse the kids screaming in the background. So we are starting narrative today. And here's my big takeaway for teaching writing, especially narrative. They've never written, most of them, stories before. And for a lot of kids, the creative process, the thinking of ideas is really hard. So for our introduction insert today, they had to choose a narrator, characters, a setting, and a plot for the prompt. The prompt is, tell me a story about a missing key. And the panic that comes over a lot of their faces in the beginning is like, I don't know what to write. So before we even did our insert, I just had them sharing some ideas. And I told them, if someone's idea sounds good and you want to borrow it, it's okay. We're just practicing. It's not stealing ideas. Some people struggle with this, yada, yada, yada. And we just shared out. And then the more kids that shared, more kids got ideas. And we just talked for like 10 minutes. And then this is what they did. This was the introduction page. So we talked about our introduction needs character, setting, and plot. And then they basically just planned those parts of their story. And that is all we had time for in our like 35-minute writing block, because it was a lot of conversation. We shared out. And every single kid had an idea or two, which usually is the hardest part. So then from there, we use our graphic organizer, and then we do character, dialogue, all those other things. So we'll roll that out over the next several weeks. But that was it. Then we had a dog come. That was really, really fun. Like I said, one of my kids paid 40 Eagle tickets. That's one of the prizes from my store. And I love dogs, so that's like my favorite thing ever. So that being said, it's only 2:20, but it's a short day today. I need to clean my room and get ready for tomorrow. And then I have to leave in 40 minutes because I have a doctor's appointment. So I'm going to pick up and prep some things, and then we'll end this vlog. Forgot to end the vlog yesterday. So here we are. It is the next day, but I'm going to end this vlog here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you have not already, make sure to go follow me over on Instagram. Make sure to subscribe here. If you have any questions, let me know down below. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video.